Before I get into this, obviously there's going to be spoilers for Attack on Titan's final chapter, 139. If you haven't seen the ending, please click off this video. With the final chapter dropping, I think saying it caused a stir is an understatement. The number of comments calling the ending garbage and hoping for something like an anime-only ending is staggering. And while I can't say I agree with the level of hate it's getting, I will say that the memes are pretty top tier. Like many of you, when I finished the final chapter, I felt just disappointed. Most of it was the bad fan translation, and the official kinda fixed that up. Still, there was something that just didn't sit right with me. Ymir loving Fritz just felt wrong, and even on the first read-through, it made me pause and just stare at the panel until I made sure what I was reading was right. I spent the next day or so digging around trying to understand why she would love him, because it just didn't make sense to me. And I feel this is one of the main reasons it receives so much hate. Searching why does Ymir love Fritz doesn't bring up any results about this chapter at all. So I'm hoping putting some of these keywords in the description will guide people to this video so I don't have to spoil anime-onlys in the title, because that's the last thing I want to do. If you feel as confused as I did about Ymir's love, listen in, because I'm going to try and make sense of it all. Going back to 122, I started to piece together what I think might connect Isayama's reasoning. Ymir had what she thought was love. In 122, it starts off with her staring at a couple kissing in the beginning. She's got no family, she has no friends, she's completely isolated in that panel. She lets the pigs out, there's a chase scene, Titan powers, and then Fritz says that she can be useful. Fritz uses her power through her, tells her she's done good work, and then forces her to have his kids, and repeats this cycle over and over. The whole time she's looking at Fritz, and she's looking at her kids, wondering if this is the love that she saw between the two at the beginning of the chapter. Ymir gives her life for Fritz, getting hit in the heart with a spear, which on its own is symbolic. Paths emerge, and they keep passing down her power until it splits the 9 times. From here on, all she sees is hatred and war from the Shifter's perspective. Eldians conquering most of the world, great Titan wars where families turn on each other, royal family of the walls where they spawn children simply just to pass down their founding Titan, Marleyan warriors where they turn children into soldiers, and just the cycle of hatred and war. Ymir never really gets a perspective on anything but hate. She might have started to learn what love was with her children, but died before anything could come of that. It's not until seeing how much Mikasa loved Eren and what being forced to kill him looked like that Ymir understood what love actually was, and that she never truly loved Fritz. I'll leave you with a quote that drives home that this is what Isayama meant. Love someone inside the walls. If you can't, we're doomed to repeat it all again. The same history, the same mistakes, again and again.